All right, John, thanks. Our election coverage continues tonight. Right now, we're bringing in from Gannon University, Dr. Jeffrey Bloodworth. And Jeffrey, well, let's start off with the race for the mayor's spot. And Daria Devlin throughout the night kept picking up numbers, and she's ahead by almost 400 votes right now with 93% of the vote counted.
Yeah, for Mayor Schember to come back, that's a steep climb.
Surprise, what do you think? Where did this turn? What are your thoughts on this race?
It's always hard to take down an incumbent. Most everyone in Erie, they will say, I like Joe Schember. So I'm surprised. Looking at the results, there's a lot of familiar names that actually lost tonight.
Right.
I wonder if we can see on the Democratic side a taste for change, right, to turn the page and to try some new candidates and new folks.
You brought up a great point early on about the number of mail-in ballots that weren't set in, and that could have been the difference for Mayor Joe Schember, right?
Yeah, 2,000 mail-in ballots. You think a lot of older voters doing the mail-in ballots, maybe Schember's base. In November, there were so many Democratic workers reminding people to get their mail-in ballots in. You don't have that same kind of follow-up on a primary election in May. I mean, that 2,000 votes, you know, she has a 400 vote lead. That's a difference.
And for County Executive Christina Vogel pulling off the surprise tonight, running a terrific campaign and knocking off Perry Wood. Your thoughts on that race?
It's another, you know, Perry Wood is a more well-known quantity. You know, he had his campaign up and running months before Ms. Vogel did. And, you know, she has a strong lead. And again, I think it's, you know, maybe Erie Democrats are interested in having different voices, people who aren't usually on the ballot. I think there's a kind of a theme there. It's not everywhere, but there's several races where you're like, that's not exactly what I expected.
So only about 4 or 5 precincts left to be counted for the mayor's race. So it's very much late in the stage of that game right there. But finally tonight, you talked about a lot of new faces out there, some different results. How refreshing was it to have the new faces out there and a lot of people just take a chance?
Yeah, no, that's a good thing to have people who, you know, haven't run for public office before, to challenge an incumbent, and then to see them break through. I mean, it's going to send a signal to others that, you know, voters are open to different folks, you know, challenging entrenched incumbents. I mean, it's, you know, 20% turnout, not a strong turnout, but an interesting night.
Certainly has been. Jeffrey Bloodworth, thanks so much. We enjoyed it once again, your election coverage tonight, and we'll continue to bring you those results online and on air